Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with StewiejP. I'm Stewie, you're not, and either are any of these blokes. This is a brand new tank. Well, it's not that new, it has been around for a little while now. This is a brand new Hawk 30, HWK 30. I'm going to call it the Hawk 30 because that's how I roll. Today's replay brought to you from me, old mate Ravvi. Ravvi from WOT-U University clan. They're doing some amazing things, and including training nights, which are open to everyone. Have a look at that jump on the EBR 75 FL10, going straight over that sandy ridgeline. We're on Sand River. Ravvi's platooned up with his old mate, the Flying Elite, also in a Hawk 30, and P. Custom Robin in the Scorpion G. He puts a shot into the Lorraine 40 tonner for 263 hit points. Let's have a look at the gun on this bad boy. It's a 90mm gun, 240 alpha damage, 187 penetration with APCR, which is standard in this tank. Heat rounds are premium, which will give you 250 penetration. And you can see Ravvi's got 10 high explosive rounds loaded. I'm tipping that might be for the fact that there's a lot more light tanks, namely the French wheeled light tanks, which you could possibly quite easily pull off a few high penetrating shots with these HE rounds. 320 alpha damage, 102 penetration. Not too bad for an HE round. Ravvi from WOT University in the Hawk 30. You're on Sand River. He's in an all tier 8 game, and he's up there looking for early spots on the enemy team as well as some cheap damage. 559 damage done so far. And the question people have been asking me with this tank, the Hawk 30, is it worth buying? Now, I'm probably the most least qualified community contributor to give advice on what tanks are worth buying and what are not. However, I did a quick comparison with the Hawk 30 compared to the M4190, which in my opinion is probably the most obvious tank to compare it to, being the only other German tier 8 premium light tank, and they are very, very similar indeed. Same or very similar 90mm gun. However, the Hawk 30's got 2 extra penetration on its standard ammunition. The M4190 has a slightly higher rate of fire of almost 1 extra shot per minute. Now, of course, these numbers are all some of these numbers are going to depend on your crew, on how good your crew is, and the crew I've got in these tanks are pretty good. The other difference is the Hawk 30's got an extra 50 hit points. I'm not sure if that's a massive advantage or not, but the M4190 does more damage per minute by about 200. The camo rating and the spotting value on the Hawk 30 are better than the M4190, but the M4190 is a little bit more mobile. So take from that what you will onto what you might think is worth it or not worth it in considering buying this tank, the Hawk 30. It is a pretty good looking tank. It looks a little bit like a cross between the RU251 and the Leopard. I guess you could say it looks pretty groovy. I reckon it looks better than the M4190. Maybe that's a significant factor to whether or not you should buy this tank. Ravvi now going for a flanking manoeuvre on the T26E4. Of course, that's a preferential matchmaking tier 8 premium American medium tank. Puts one shot into the back of him. The Super Pershing isn't turning around, so he puts another shot into the back of the American medium tank. The 50TP premium Polish heavy tank picks up the kill on that one, and that brings the score back to 1-2. Ravvi from WOT University in the Hawk 30 is up to 1282 damage done. Not a bad start. 9 assisted damage. It might only be 9 hit points, but look, it all adds up. 2-3 the score as the ESL even 90 on the enemy team goes down, as does the Samoa on Ravvi's team. Looking at the minimap, Ravvi's team's got a very good presence up there in the north, but the south is a totally different scenario. Nobody really moving. You've got 4 tank destroyers and an artillery piece in the southeast, and they're not really being supported by anything with any amount of vision. I reckon that's quite possibly what Ravvi is looking at. Maybe turning around, trying to get some eyes for those tank destroyers. The JP2 you can see is down to 50 hit points. The 50TP just got taken out in the north by the enemy Scorpion G, and that brings the score back to 2-4. 1282 damage done. He's got a very interesting paint job on this bad boy. He's got not sure. He wants to make it look a little bit more dank, maybe. The Emil 1 is on 100 and something odd hit points. He picks up 259 assisted damage on that one, 174 on the Emil, which is a one shot for Ravvi in the Hawk 30. He was hoping for the kill there, but I think that auto-loading Swedish tier 8 heavy tank pulled out just in time. He's now providing some eyes for these tank destroyers that are over there in the southeast. The JP2, the WZ Chinese tier 8 tank destroyer, and his old mate P. Custom Robin from Crown Clan in the Scorpion G. 2-4 is the score. 1282 damage done. 716 assisted damage. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. Going straight for the Emil 1, which gets taken out by the GW Tiger P, big bad German artillery piece. 3-4 is the score. 890 assisted damage, 1282 damage done. Just taking his time here, poking some ridge lines, getting some vision for his team, pushing the T button on the was it the SU? The SU 130 PM, trying to get somebody to shoot him. They're still down by one tank, so he doesn't want to throw his hit points away too early. The AMX CDC looks like he's coming to play as well. Ravvi throwing a blind shot in towards where he thinks the AT-15 might be. Just sort of playing around. He looks like there's the French tank destroyer pulls back. WZ-132 gets one into Ravvi for 225 hit points, and he's going straight for the CDA, the 105, the Baguette tank, the Tier 8 French. Bounces the first shot, sticks with the standard rounds. 304 hit points. It's going to take more than one shot to get rid of him. He shoots him once, takes him down to 106 hit points. Doesn't want to get shot again. He does. He gets taken down to 159. But the AMX CDA 105, instead of trying to bounce Ravvi's return shot, totally makes the wrong call there, giving Ravvi his side and will effectively throwing away his tank. 4-4 is the score. Ravvi finds a Scorpion G, shoots him and tracks him, takes him down to 600. He gets spotted, pulls back, goes forward, pulls back again, looking for a sneaky shot between those rocks in that snipey tank destroyer type position over there at F1 on Sand River. Decides to maybe change his angle because he doesn't want either one of those artillery pieces on the enemy team. Could very, very easily take him out with one shot. Sees the SU 130 PM, the Bars 1, takes him down for kill number 2, and that brings his damage score up to 2,030 hit points. Plus 890 assisted damage. The Emil 1 gets taken out by the Striv, and Ravvi trying to get very, very cheeky, getting some more assisted damage on the Scorpion G that time. Shoots towards where the Striv was before the Striv went unspotted. He might have got a little bit more damage with that blind shot. That Striv just crashed into that that ravine there in the northwestern Sand River. Looking at that WZ, shoots him, kills him again, makes the scoreboard look much better now. 8-6, and the Scorpion G was going for him, but he gets taken out by the friendly Scorpion G. The JP2 kills the SU 130 PM, and now the score's 10-6. Ravvi, we're rubbing his hands together here, saying, "You beauty, I want to get some more spotting." Up there, looks like artillery just countered the enemy artillery piece. 11-6 is the score. Is looking there, looking for, oh, this will be a beautiful side shots into the object 252U. That's a defender. The first one was an HE round. I guess he was hoping to find the Lorraine 155-51. And there it is. There's the Lorraine. That's what he wanted the HE round for. Shoots him with a standard round. Sticks with standard ammunition now because he only needs to get him for another 124. He was looking at Ravvi then, but he didn't get him in time. That's kill number 4 and 2 tanks remaining. 13-6 is the score. 2,491 damage done. 1,057 assisted damage. There's an Object 252U there. Ravvi didn't get the assisted damage there. Instead, this time he's going for the cap. Looks like he might be going for the 50 TPPR. That's the Polish premium heavy tank, which is an absolute ripper of a thing. Finds the 252U, looking for a tracking shot there, doesn't quite get it, does get a damaging shot though, brings his score up to 27-44. He's still tracked, he shoots him again, and they're staying away from that gun, which is the right thing to do. Nah, back up, don't let him shoot you. He shoots him and kills him. But I think he's done his job there. 14-8 was the score. The Flying Elite confirms that kill. Looks like artillery dropped a turd right on the top of that defender as well. And not a bad effort there. Not a bad win there. What was the score in the end? 15-8. Let's have a look at the result if I can find the right scene. That looks like it. Ravvi from WOT University clan. They're doing some wonderful things there. Sundays and Wednesday nights they do training sessions, and people are always welcome. I've been there a few times, and I highly recommend it for new players and for old players alike. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from the old mate Ravvi from WOT University clan. The Spotter Medal, Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect. He got a bond because he got the high caliber, which is more damage than anybody else did. 3,462 hit points of damage, 4 kills, 1255 base experience. He fired 26 shot, 20 hit, 16 penned. A little bit of it was sniped, nearly 2,000 assisted damage. And what about the credits, Stewie? Nothing wrong with these credits in this bad boy. 82,500 credits, that's after tax. With a premium account, it did pay 20,000 credits for the that'll be for the chocolate. So if you had bought that at half price, then that would have been over 90,000 credits after tax with a premium account in that 9-minute game. Once again, the Hawk 30, I think by the time this video comes out, it'll still be up for sale. Is it worth it? You tell me, is it worth it? You have a look at the parameters of the tank in the premium shop. But from what I can tell, very, very similar to the M4190, which is a tank that I think is a pretty good tank. The gun is almost identical, slightly more penetration for a slightly less rate of fire compared to the M4190. The M4190 does have an extra 200 DPM though, and is a bit quicker. But in compensation, if you like, the Hawk 30's got extra 50 hit points, better camouflage rating, and better spotting distance by about, I think it's about 13 meters. Again, depending on your crew and all that kind of stuff. For me, I run optics, vents, and chocolate. And that does help with your view range and all that kind of stuff. Once again, thanks for the replay, Ravvi. Don't forget to check out Ravvi. His link down below will be there with all the other stuff that I put there for all of the stuff that he does on Twitch. And check him out, give him a follow, and have a good laugh as he tanks along. And also he streams the WOT University training sessions too, which is very well worth watching if you can't join in. Once again, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.